Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Caitlin and this is Caitlin Reads and Rambles. And my name's Caitlin and I study with the Open University. I'm currently doing a history degree or classics. I'm not sure which path I'm going down. If you're new to this channel, please go and check out my other videos and I'll explain a bit more in depth about that. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. Hello, it's been a while. In this video, I'm just going to explain what's been going on, why I've been away from YouTube, and also a rundown of what's been happening and what I'm planning in the future. I do these videos to hopefully give an insight of what the Open University is like, what it's like in reality, and how to balance your time and things like that. So I hope you find this useful. Let's get to it. Hi everybody, so you may be wondering why I haven't been on YouTube for a while and why I've been unavailable, and I'm going to put you out your misery. I was actually on my first cruise holiday to Norway with my husband and we absolutely loved it. We would love to go back to Norway again, and I'm also going to try and do a video about Norway, a separate one, so that I'm not boring it to death in this video. I'm trying to keep it as concise as I can. So what has been happening since then or during then? So I submitted my first assignment and that was before I went on holiday to make sure that they had it and it was done. I did the readings for my second block, so when I come back I just had to do the tutorials and I can just get cracking with that. So I read Mary Wollstonecraft, Charles Dickens and Van Gogh. I skipped Mozart because music is not going to be my thing because of my hearing issue. And then I went on holiday, like I said, come back. I was waiting for my results, still hadn't had the results. But then I started doing the planning for my second assignment and I started watching the recorded tutorials. I I was sure what topics I was going to pick. So what I did pick was Van Gogh and Charles Dickens, and I started doing the assignment for that while I was waiting for my first one. I did get the results back for my first one, and I'm not saying this to gloat, but I got a score of 78%. And when I say 78%, it's because it's out of 100 and it's divided into part one, you could get a maximum of 50, part two, again, maximum of 50, and then, of course, they combine them to get the overall percentage. So in Cleopatra, I scored 43%. In Elizabeth I, I scored 35%, and even in my comments, they did say the weaker one was obviously Elizabeth I. I'm not going to say why because the questions can change each year, and I don't want to give anything away in case it doesn't change. So yeah, that's what I scored on, and I knew that the Elizabeth I one was going to be weaker, but that was fine. I was so chuffed to get in that score on my first assignment, so much so I actually bought myself a gift, a present, just to commemorate my first assignment. I don't think I'm going to do that on every single assignment, but I just wanted something to sort of signify my start of the journey with the Open University. So what I did get was this beautiful Casio watch, not that expensive, but it's absolutely lovely. Green dial, and it's got the date on as well. And it does look manly, but it's supposed to be unisex. But I really do love the green dial. There was other colours, but the green just spoke to me. Um, when I was looking at the watches, there is a more higher end brand that does a similar dial face, and I was just pleased to get this one. I really like this one, so yeah, that's what I've got. I've got that to commemorate. I'm not going to get a present for each TMA that I do. Maybe a little gift on passing each of the modules, maybe, and then definitely something big when I pass my degree. But again, I wanted something to look back on when I do finish my degree and think, hang on, I've had that for 6 years and it's got a story behind it. And yeah, that's why I got it basically. So, anyways, moving on. I'm rambling on too much as per the channel name. So, I did the tutorials for the second assignment. I've did the second assignment and I've submitted it again way early. And the reason for that is because this block wasn't my cup of tea. So Van Gogh, obviously, is a painting artist, so it's going to be interpreting some sort of art. Charles Dickens, it's to do with English literature. It's going to be interpreting that sort of thing. And it's not really my strong point, and I'm not going to be expecting fabulous results from this round because it's not something that I'm majorly interested in. I like reading, but I don't like reading where I have to try and analyse the text that I'm reading. So yeah, I'm not expecting amazing marks this time round. So technically, the assignment's due in on the 17th of December, and that means there's the Christmas break, and block 3 doesn't technically start till January, but I still want to go on the steam train of getting ahead because the second, this is what I see visually in my head. The second half of the academic year is going to be bam, bam, bam with assignments. It's going to be one after another with like about a month in between. So I just really want to get ahead so I've got the actual contingency for some of the blocks where I'm going to be struggling with, and also some of the blocks where it's got like maybe 2 or 3 topics that I'm really interested in and having to decide which question to answer. So that's multiple reasons why I'm ahead. My tip is, I know I'm only my first year, but my tip is to try and get ahead if you can, try and stay ahead, which again, I know it's difficult because of commitments, childcare, maybe looking after elderly parents, work commitments, just that sort of thing. I get it. It's really difficult, but if you can, try and get ahead. And I know some people do want to enjoy the Christmas break, but for me, I think if I just sit and wait for January to happen, come January, I'm just not going to be motivated to do it, even though it's going to be in a topic area that I really like. So the next block module, like in the module, is going to be about, again, 4 different topics, but the TMA is slightly different this time. You only need to pick one topic to answer the question on, and each of the questions in the topic areas is slightly different. It's like very different to each other. So honestly, really have a look at the question, see if it's your sort of thing, and also think about what topic area you'd like. I know some people would just read the topic area that they're interested in and not everything else. Some people read everything. Some people just read 1 or 2 things, but that's fine. You do what works best for you. So we are moving on to the next book called Traditions, and this guy on the front gives you a hint of what's going to be in this book. So this book is Traditions, and the next block will be of 4 different topics. So you've got Greek and Roman sculpture, the blues, writing stories, and poetry. Right, so I'm going to go through them. Greek and Roman sculpture, yes, that's history. Again, it is art sort of thing as well, but it's going to be a bit about Greek and Roman history in there. The blues, going to discount that because it's something that I can't do because of my hearing. Writing stories, discounting that because I like reading them. I don't really do well at writing stories. Um, yeah, I just don't do that well with that. Poetry, hate the bloody thing. Absolutely hate it. I hated it when I was at school. I hated having to analyse the text and having to answer what is the writer thinking, and I'm like, I don't know, I wasn't there. I just hate it, so I'm not going to do that. I think I'm just going to focus on the Greek and Roman sculpture. for the next bit. Again, the number of topics that I'm doing might change in the future. I've had a quick flick through, and there's going to be something about like buildings and gothic buildings, and you do like virtual tours, which is going to be really exciting to do that. Um, again, there's more poetry, and yeah, poetry is not my thing really. So that's pretty much a big roundup there. In terms of getting ahead, I don't want to get too far ahead because the next team is not due until the I think the 18th of February. Sometime in February it's not due. Um and I just don't want to get too far ahead, but this next team is going to be a longer workout, so it's probably going to take me longer to do. And I've got tutorials to do as well, but that won't happen until January. So yeah, once I do all the readings, maybe, just maybe, I might look back on Mozart and Mary, Mother of Jesus, just the right reading, just to give like some sort of historical context, like I said in the previous videos that I might do when I get, if I get caught up. Um, so yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen from now. It's just see how I feel, see what things happen in my life. Because of course Christmas is a busy time of year for people. Yeah, that's just a bit of a roundup. So, top tips: try and get ahead if you can. Try and plan out your time as best as you can if you know things are going to happen. Try and um, work out when the tutorials are so that you can actually have dedicated time to sit there and watch them or watch them back. Um, so yeah, just really plan your time out and have a think about what topics you would like to look at. Read the TMA questions as well before you start doing the readings, because that will give you an indication of sort of what it's going to be like to answer the TMA, because you don't want to read all the topics and then come the TMA you just hate the actual question. So yeah, that's my top tips for now, and that's just a rundown of what's been going on. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.